When I was younger, I should have known better, and I can't feel no remorse, and you don't feel nothing bad.
Do a little thank you to the guys at BLS. Sorry, I've just literally just knocked my filter off. Just to say thank you for the cup that they gave me at the Cramp Open Day. After last year, they sent me home with some little disposable masks, and I used them for quite a while. And then we bought 2 big ones for when we're doing, obviously, this sawdust here, and they've made quite a difference. But I just wanted to say thank you, because he literally gave me the coolest cup in the world. Look at the colour on that. It is an absolute cup fetish at this point, isn't it? It's getting out of hand. It's a tup taxi going down our lane. What could possibly be in there? My sheep look like Christmas trees. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But am I going to misplace them if they wander off? No. No. Are we demure? Are we mindful? Well, we're not demure, but we might be mindful. None of those ladies going missing, do we? And we all know how a sheep loves to run away.
I got a new girlfriend. He feels like he's on top, and I don't feel no remorse. And you can't see past my blindness. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, since the flood. Heaven help a fool who falls.
He's not been
in
able to
love.
help himself. I think it was just the close confines of a trailer that do it for him.
I got a
Come on,
little
ladies,
paycheck. You got
Christmas tree girls.
big plan, and you
Oh,
got
there he is.
And I
Go on, Mr.
don't
Big
feel
Balls.
nothing at all.
Alan the top.
And you can't feel nothing small.
It never gets old, does
Honey,
it?
I love you. That's all she wrote.
Baby girls.
Oh, Ophelia,
Off you come.
you've been on my mind, girl, like a drug. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind.
Our mate Alan, Alan Deaton, he's just dropped him off. He had 3 to choose from. He is a charolais Texel. Charolais cross Texel. So hopefully he'll go on to these more just like white-faced table kind of lambs. And then, yeah, hopefully there's some really nice curvy lambs coming out of them. Not that Roy's bothered, because Roy doesn't lamb sheep, you see. When you own a John Deere, is it compulsory that you wear matchy-matchy clothing? I'm just asking, because it's a theme. It is a theme. And chrome as well. We like chrome when we're John Deere drivers. And air horns. Joke though. We're just taking some sheep. These are the mules, the Bitzers, anything slightly ugly looking. Have gone with the Texel beltex tup that we got last year from Matt Blair. They're coming up here. And hold on. I just want to show you something I'm really jealous of, and I think I'm going to look at getting a second-hand one because I couldn't afford a new one. But I've just been thinking, you know, like going up Stamer and that, and like ranching bloody sheep with no pens whatsoever. Like, you could just set this up in the yard and life would be so much easier. It's a trailer with gates on. A trailer with gates on. Like, I really think I want one. Can I afford one? No. Do I have enough sheep to warrant one? No. Do I want one? I mean, imagine how handy would this be. Like, just imagine for a minute. Just imagine. Envisage the situation. Attached to our handling pens is this. Yes. Yes. What does this piece of string do? What does it do? Oh, you pull the middle of it. Ah, that's clever. Or is it just my simple mind being amused easily? Just space. The petition starts here. Bye. Turns out air horns are a specification of John Deere tractors. You need them. I have a problem. I have flooded my rubber hops. Oh, potentially terrible. Catastrophe. So I have some draining rods and I've stopped it working. I've just been scraping out. Roy's taken slurry out, and I realised my room, when I was washing it, wasn't draining. Oh no. This is terrible. So I hear you ask, what are you going to do? I'm going to attach these draining rods to each other, and down at that end of this sump is a hole, and I'm gonna poke it. That's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna poke that hole. Hi, it's going down. Go on, clear off. We don't want you here. Although it is going, it is not fast enough for my liking. Moving, people, we are moving. We are moving. Lovely. Okay, that's that job done. She's fixed, so I can carry on scraping.
Heaven help a fool who falls in love. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, since the flood. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, like a drug.
Obviously. So I can now show you the problem. So your bolts go straight through here, straight through there, and come out the other side. And these little bad boys have rounded off completely and just slipped through. Not one was to grind off, which is just crazy. So I'll go and get the grinder, zip them bolts off, and we've got some new ones. I might actually wash my face, only because it's distressing me, never mind you. Can somebody tell me why when we ordered a new grinder, it came with this and this, which is horrendous. So you've got an extra tool to cart around with you. I'm directing this at James, Mr. Machinery Nation. Like, what's the crack with it? What's wrong with that? Like, what was wrong with the little, you know, that thing? Wow. That was a drama. One left. Big washers, big washers, big washers. We have a few big ones. These aren't big enough. Let me look. I don't think they're big enough. These, however, oh no, I don't think they'll go through. Let's try. No, they won't. We'll have to try these.
JSA was saying that Anna slackered, but go and hit it then.
How many farmers does it take to change a scraper? Mind your hand. There's too many fingers around that hammer for my liking. So we shoved the little ones on. But the problem was, because we're so rough on it, we wanted washers before and after, and it turns out they're not long enough. So we're going to use these long ones, and then I've got some more. So yeah, I know it looks stupid, and we'll just grind them off, but we need washers on it because we've kind of wrecked the actual thing over years of constant bloody abuse.
Feel nothing small. Honey, I love you. That's all she wrote. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, like a drug. Oh, Ophelia, heaven help a fool who falls in love.
Dinner's ready and my back hurts. I'm such an old woman. Like, what was I doing? What was I doing?
When I was younger, I should have known better, and I can't feel no remorse, and you don't feel nothing bad.
So I have just grinded. What's the plural of grind? Grinded? No. Ground. I have just ground. Oh my god, I'm so stupid right now. I've just ground these out. They were the dodgy ones. These here, I think they're going to need putting down and taking out the long way, which is slightly annoying. I tried to make this one shorter, but as you can see, can you see down that gap? There's actually no way getting it out. So I'll put that down, take that off. Yes, to be honest, I could just video me doing it here. So I've just had to clean up the other phone because I'm in the way of myself now. How annoying. Right, I need to tip this right over. Annoyingly. I need to get me out of the way first, and then I need to tip this over.
I got a new girlfriend. He feels like he's on top, and I don't feel no remorse. And you can't see past my blind eyes. Oh, Ophelia, you've been on my mind, girl, since the flood.
Just 6 more to go. Okay, so Yes. Yes. We have 2.
Got a little paycheck, you got big plans, and you gotta move,
Yeah, go on.
and I don't feel
That makes my
left in it
Oh.
all, and you can't
Ready
feel
to
nothing,
millimeter, like.
honey, I love you.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all
say
she
that.
wrote.
Right, you're in one. Stay still. So we used to take cattle to a fella years ago. Honestly, can I just show you how bloody dirty? I'm ridiculously filthy right now. Used to take cattle to a fella called Mick Ashton. Absolute legend in every sense. Loved him to pieces. He was from, Dorothy, his wife, was from New Longton, Preston, where I'm from. Like the same village, as in like the same place. Anywho, he came into the garage one day and he'd said to, it'd be Roy and his dad. I'd be sat fanning about with paperwork, doing it wrong, no doubt, sending Williamsons to Williamsons and someone's to someone. Like, I couldn't cope with double name. I am just not an office, you know what? I am not an office girl. Anywho, Roy said, we've got to get a scraper for the bobcat. Ignore them, they need taking off in a second. Got to get a scraper for the bobcat. And Mick Ashton said, no, don't you do that. I've got one. And he said he lost sleep over the fact that this scraper was crap. He said it didn't travel right because it had no give in it. And I think he couldn't get his leg over the 135, but he could get on the bobcat, you see, so he wanted to use it on the bobcat. Anywho, the point to my little story is Mick had one of the first ones, and then since then, can you see there, that there, and this here, it's like an elongated hole. You can't see it from the outside, maybe you can. Under there, and here, that sits in like an oval like that pin, and it enables the blade to move up and down. My phone's absolutely covered in mud, which means that you end up with a smoother ride, not one, but you actually get what you need to. So we have used the same blade here, put it on better with bigger washers on because it was pulling through. I know they're too big. I know already. If I'd have just waited till tomorrow, we always choose a Sunday to do a job like this video. I joke, I'm literally going to put that at the beginning of my video just for crack. Yeah, so these are far too long, only because the short ones that I had, you couldn't get washers on either side of them, and that was the point of it. We needed the washers on because we've made the holes a little bit bigger through the metal. So yeah, it's worked really well. I had some more from doing the cubicles, fortunately. So thank you to Condon Engineering for sending too many bolts when I did the cubicles because, yeah, perfect. Same size, jobs are good. And so yeah, we turn the scraper blade over. At some point, these bolts here will need changing. They are the ones that move the sides in and out. For the minute, they are not an issue at all, and when they fall out, I'll put new ones in. So yeah, all I need to do now is take the grinder to those extra long bits. Because it's a Sunday and because I can't go to the shop and get any more, I would have gone and got shorter ones, I think, because it's just a waste of a bloody bolt, to be honest. But never mind. Yeah, so we've turned it over, so hopefully it will scrape a little bit better as well, because it's very, very smooth. Very, very smooth. It's gone with a fair bit of rubber. You can see at the bottom, it literally is like a little V, and then at the top, it's completely worn smooth. It's worn all of that off. But it's bloody well made. So Ian makes these, Ian Dinsdale. He has made buckets, sweepers. He makes a lot of bobcat attachments. What's his website? Attachments for loaders, is that right?
Number 4.
Yeah, attachments, number 4, loaders. That's his website. Go on it if you want to look at bobcat buckets stuff. What else did he make? He made the big bucket for us, didn't he? And then he made bobcat buckets. And that sweeper there. You wouldn't think we had a sweeper, would you? Lol. Thanks. Shameless plug there, Jack. Shameless plug. That wasn't intentional either. Roy's just made a change in his life. He's going to use the Valtra on the Keenan. Yeah, but are you not going to get annoyed that you keep having to take it off the tank and put it on the Keenan? Because you kind of need them one after the other straight away. You need to... We'll see. In other news, I need to go and wash the robots. I did that when you were drinking coffee. Wheaties. Are you wondering why I'm holding some breakfast cereal? There's a very important reason behind this. This used to be 85p in Aldi a month ago. So this is yesterday and it is £1.29. What a price rise. That is a sign of a poor harvest. Prices are going up. And my point being, for all us farmer guys, we need to bridge that gap. We need to make the general public realise that their food and the value and the price that they pay for their food is directly linked with farming. There is a huge gaping hole where people still don't realise about their food being actually linked with farming. They see us as so separate from them and they do not see us as linked with their lives at any point. We as farmers are price takers. We basically do not get to set the price that we want to receive for our goods. We take what we are given at the time and we don't get a choice in this. People will very happily pay more money for things that they want that they don't need. For instance, when we had the garage, when Roy worked at the garage, there was 3 GPI, general price increases in a year. New cars went up 3 times in a year and it didn't stop people buying them. Food did not do that. I recall the story about a cow called Poppy. Poppy was 1997 born and bought in 1999 from Barneycastle auction, and she was 1,200 quid. Now, if I were to go into Penrith, Barney, wherever I choose to go for my Blue Cross cow today, a bull-in heifer, I'm not going to pay more than 1,500 quid. Now, tell me why everything else has gone up and everything that we have hasn't. Farming has not risen in line with everything else. So the point to this video is for us farmers to carry on sharing our story, tell people what we do. People, the general public, the non-farming public, will pay so much more for their food, and they need to know why, because it's directly linked with us, with farming, with how successful a farm is, how poor a harvest is, how bad the weather is. And I think that's the gap we need to close. We spoke to a guy yesterday and his dad's in his 80s, he's farmed all his life, he's never had a passport, he's never had a new car. It is a way of life. You are 100% tied, dedicated, invested. It just is. You're in it. You are it. It's not just a career. And, you know, we are price takers at the end of the day. We are not doctors that can go on strike and demand a pay rise, because there is no pay rise. We just get given what we get when we go to the auction, which is half the problem. I think if people were paid a fair price for the food in the first place, we will be better positioned to deal with these things when they're thrown at us. But at the minute, we're not paid a decent price. Let's be perfectly honest. None of us are. None of us are paid what the food is worth. And I don't want to go on about it because you just get bored and turn off. But yeah, I did a video talking about why subsidies were there in the first place, why your basic payment scheme, your single farm payment, why it was there after World War II to stop rickets, malnutrition, all them kinds of things in the kids and stuff. And they basically subsidised the food to keep it cheap for the public, but gave the farmers what it was meant to keep it at what it was worth. But when you look at inflation of everything else, telephones, phones, cars, houses, anything you want. Roy said when they had the garage, there was this 3 GPIs in a year, general price increase. That's what it was. They went up 3 times in a year. The price of new cars went up 3 times in a year. I guarantee the price of lamb did not go up 3 times in a year. We just take what we're given, which I think is the problem. To be honest, I've just spoken for 10 minutes flat, and I think this might be its own special episode. Only because I don't want it to bore you in my normal everyday farming stuff. Because if you've noticed, I'm not videoing anything that isn't on the farm. I'm not going away and doing, I've been to the Cramp Open Day. I didn't video that and put it on YouTube. I've not so much done a lot of sheeping. I've been all sorts of places, and I've not videoed me doing it because they just don't do very well. It's not necessarily what you want to watch. So I've stuck to, strategy-wise, I've stuck to anything off-farm that isn't us here farming. I've stuck it on Instagram, and then anything on-farm is on here. So yeah, I hope that's all right with you. I just thought, when you look at the viewing numbers, anything with sheep, bombs. Anything about TB, bombs. Anything that isn't on-farm, bombs. And as well, it's really hard work when you go places like Eccleston Show, and there is 10 people videoing the same thing, and then people turn the telly on at night to look at these farming YouTube channels, and they're all videoing the same thing, and it's just, I wouldn't watch it. I'd just go on now and watch it, not watching that. You know, once you've watched one, you've watched them all. So yeah, that's hence why I do now what I do. I don't tend to video off farm. So yeah, sorry, this was a really peculiar little insert, wasn't it? I need to brush my hair. But yeah, don't forget, Charlotte 15.
Falls in love.